Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And at top of the morning to you, it is hump day.
Are y'all ready, kids?
Yeah, we're ready.
Another break already?
We're not going on any stinking break anytime soon.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah, I got a lot of chutzpah this morning. Time now is 6:07 on the Get Up and Go show. Mr. Clock, would you please certify the time officially for us?
It's now 6:07 a.m.
6:07 a.m. it is, and we are starting the show at warp speed. If you'd like to call us, 220-9788, 220-WSTU. If you're up at this godforsaken time, we want to hear from you, right, Bonnie?
That's actually correct. And, Evan, we can get free cups of coffee in many places this morning because it being National Coffee Day.
Mm-hmm.
So the favorite places you like to stop for coffee and you're usually purchasing one, well, they might just give you a free one.
That's right. If you bring a clean, empty, reusable cup into any participating location of Starbucks, they'll give you a free cup to celebrate Coffee Day as well as Starbucks' 50th anniversary. You can get a free hot or iced brewed coffee of any size with any purchase when you head over to Einstein Brothers. Circle K is also giving away free cups to celebrate National Coffee Day. For their giveaway, text the word free to 31310 to get a digital coupon for a free cup. Dunkin' Donuts members, the Double D Perks members can get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. 7-Eleven is giving away loyalty-free members a free cup of coffee, any size hot coffee.
And we have Wawa. And, is it Wawa or Wow Wow? Wawa.
I don't know.
Well, they're giving away free coffee today, and teachers and school administrators have been receiving free coffee thus far, but now they're giving away a free cup today to everyone.
That's right. And if you have a My Rewards Plus app for any of the more than 600 participating U.S. Pilot or Flying J travel centers nationwide, you can get any size cup of coffee. And lastly, Panera is celebrating parents and caregivers of all kinds on National Coffee Day this year and offering them unlimited free coffee. Just tell the cashier or the drive-through person that you're a parent or a caregiver, and you'll get unlimited free coffee today, but it's on the honor system.
I wonder how many people could qualify as a parent. Like if you are a parent, like a parent, but not their actual parent by court documents.
Well, I'm sure that you're a parent, you're a step parent.
Yes,
so you would qualify. So head on over to Panera over in Tradition today and go get yourself some free coffee. Drink all the coffee you want.
Or Panera.
It's unlimited.
Or don't forget the great folks at Panera in Palm City.
Right.
And I love the kids in the Palm City Panera bread. And I stop in there once in a while to get the best soup in the world. Does coffee go with hot soup?
Of course.
I don't know.
Double dose on hot stuff.
But
Why not?
It definitely does go with the bread. So
why not?
Go on over and get some.
Yeah, so if you want your fix of caffeine, Starbucks, Circle K, Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven, Panera, Wawa, U.S. Pilot, Flying J, just about anywhere you may go, it's free coffee for you today.
That means everybody should be wide awake when they get to work this morning.
That's an understatement. How about wired awake?
Wow. And
yeah.
What, did you have some Jolt or some of that?
Nope.
You know what I drink at night is that 5-hour energy drink.
Oh.
It's about maybe 2 inches tall. And I'll tell you
I'm familiar with it.
If you drink that whole thing, it helps me stay awake late into the evening hours.
Did you read the health issues on it?
Massage.
Have you done your homework on that 5-hour energy drink?
Well,
you might want to.
I haven't, however, I only take it like maybe once in a great while, like once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Where it's not going to be jolting me or killing me or anything.
Okay.
I'm not addicted to it. Put it that way.
Please don't be addicted to it.
But it does help. It does help. When that moment comes. And you said you've had trouble sleeping.
Yes.
There was a client on my table. Now, this is just something that somebody said.
That's okay. I'll take any kind of advice at this given point.
But he said that Unisom works great.
Unisom?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, I think it's a popular pill. It's been around over the counter. You don't have to get it as prescription like you can get it at Walgreens.
Okay, I just Googled this.
A gentleman told me that Unisom just kind of works terrific for him.
Okay, I just Googled it. It's got chewable gummies. Unisom is completely drug-free and works with your body's natural sleep cycle to help you fall asleep gently so you'll wake up feeling rested. So it helps you fall asleep. But that's it. It doesn't say it helps you stay asleep.
Well, according to the gentleman that told me about it, is that he gets a great night's sleep. He usually stays asleep all night.
Wow.
And then he wakes up at about 7 or 7:30, which he usually does, and well rested. And I think it's got the melatonin.
It does.
The natural kind of sleep aid for your body.
I'm reading it right here. It says that it has melatonin.
Just something for you to try. Something,
pieces.
Something
16
to consider.
calories per serving, 3.9 grams of carbohydrate, 2.9 grams of total sugars. It's got B6, sodium, melatonin, just all sorts of stuff. Helps you gently fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed.
I didn't sleep very well last night. I'll tell you what, I fell asleep in bed as we were watching the ID channel. And I have to go back and watch this episode because it was completely interesting.
Okay.
Bucks County, Pennsylvania was where these teenage boys were missing. So I'm falling asleep listening to the narrator narrate this story, and it gets scarier and scarier and scarier by the minute. I guess they were outside of this old farmhouse. They had gone through there during the day. They didn't find any kids partying or kids camping. They're looking for these missing kids, right? Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So the deputy decides he thought about this old shed that they didn't go into. And he thought, maybe I better go back tonight and take a look around. And I'm not even watching this. I'm just listening to the narration and being completely scared.
Right.
He had gone there by himself, back with his flashlight, and he's like, and upon opening up the shed door, I turned it out. I got the door open. I looked inside, and all of the little neck hairs raised from the back of my neck upon what I was seeing.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, this is so scary. And, at that time I had wanted to go to sleep, but it's kind of like, you don't want to miss anything. But they couldn't find evidence of these missing boys, these missing teens. And then they were coming under the assumption that they were taken away by Martians. It could have been in aliens that got them. And oh my gosh, I just got to go. I don't completely know about the story, but I do want to go back and watch this one on the ID channel.
Okay. Good morning. You're on the air.
You have sleeping, big guy?
Oh, all the time. Are you kidding? It's been like that for almost all my life.
Stuff, man. One toke of this stuff, you'd be sleeping all night.
Whoa. We can't talk about illegal stuff on the radio,
I didn't say nothing bad. I made sure my words were all clean. I rehearsed this in my head before I said anything.
What kind of telephone are you on? You sound like a Martian alien.
Which we were just
I'm
talking
on my
about.
cell phone.
Wow. Hang up and call back.
Is that Jeff?
It's awful.
That doesn't even sound like Jeff.
No, it doesn't even sound like Jeff.
I'll call you right back.
All right, call me right back. Wow, he sounded like Mr. Roboto.
Like he got a different phone or something, or his phone is going.
Yeah.
It wasn't sounding the best.
Jeez.
What was he going to offer you as a sleep aid?
I don't know.
I think we should stick to that Unisom.
I don't know. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Is that better?
Oh my God, 10 times better. Wow, now you don't sound like a robot anymore.
Oh, well, that was pretty good then, huh? The robot sound went in with what I was trying to do, so I didn't want you to realize it.
Now, what were you saying now that I should do?
No, I can't say it on the air, you said. I didn't say no bad words, but I just said you got some stuff that make you go to sleep really good, man. Just one toke of this stuff, you're done.
I am not sorry. I don't do 420. Okay, let's just get that straight out there.
He doesn't put foreign substances.
Maybe it's something you should do. Think about that.
No. I'm just, I honestly, I've
You know what, Evan? If you've
never
never
been
done it,
that way.
don't start it.
Yeah,
And,
I've
you know,
never done it. I'm very straight edge.
You've never done it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
I'm very straight edge. I'm a very straight edge kind of guy.
Well, that's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that either.
No.
That's it. So how you doing today, guys? Everybody doing all right?
Yeah, I'm better than we deserve.
Yeah. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, hanging in there. I got to go to work early this morning. I'm like, hey.
How's the new job doing?
Oh, well, it's up and down. It is what it is. It's a job.
Jeez.
It's like, it's different. I'm always looking for something else.
Okay.
I'm one of those kind of guys that will seek better.
Okay.
So if anybody needs an old man that works really hard.
All right, give Jeff a call. Give your phone.
Put an ad out on the radio while I'm on it.
Give your phone number out if you want. I don't care. It's up to you.
And are you an old man of all trades? What's your strong point?
I'm capable of doing many things. I'm just sort of like one of those kind of guys that, when you could bring in that radio station and within a week I'd have everything under control. Have it all figured out. And I've never did it before. And it's like that's I don't know. Life is an adventure. If you get stuck doing the same thing every day for on and on and on and on, your life becomes less an adventure. But
that's true.
You know what?
On a task that
you know what?
You normally wouldn't take on, but
Can't hear
it's a little different. I mean,
you know what, parent?
It's a challenge. You got to look at life as something getting some kind of challenge today or some way to get through. Just to make it interesting.
Parents should always tell their kids, Jeff, that they should tell their kids that be careful about what line of work you do go into. It's money's cool, but it's not always about the money. You're going to do it every day. You're going to do it a long time for the rest of your life, and it should be something you enjoy.
Yeah, and it's like you say, I'm a people person too. I really enjoy being around people. So
you know what I always was curious about, Jeff, is a woman that's in the adult entertainment business that dances for a living and has the little 5 or 6 year old child that goes to kindergarten, how they tell their child what they do for a living. And then when the child goes to school for the first day of school for introductions and the kindergartner is asked with all the other kindergartners, you know how the kids are always asked, so, tell us about what your mommy and daddy does. Well, the little kindergartner says, well, my mommy takes her clothes off for a living. Could you imagine? Could you fly on the wall for that?
Yeah, that's sort of hard to put your kid in that spot. But I'll tell you a funny story. One of my guitar teachers come running in one day and looked at me and said, "Oh my God, you'll never believe what happened to me last night." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, Mrs. So-and-so? And I said, "Yeah, she comes at 5 o'clock with little Billy or whatever, and then the guitar lessons." Why? You'll never believe this, but I went to a bachelor party last night down at this place down here by Park Avenue, whatever the name of the joint is. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't frequent that. But anyway, I said, well, guess who danced up to me half naked? I said, who? She said, his mom. I said, really? Oh, man. We're going to lose that student. I'm sitting there thinking, that's going to, that'll be cancellation today. And, I'm thinking in my head, she popped in there and like nothing happened. And, oh, hi. Hi to the guitar teacher's name was Joe. Hi, Joe. How you been? and Joe's sitting there like trying to crawl into his skin because he's sitting there telling me that I just can't visualize her anymore unless I see, what I saw last night. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, you have what's called permanent damage is what it is.
It's like, but that sort of image got left with her forever, and it's, I don't know. Is it something that, no, I can't even understand why. I mean, I know why some people do it, but I mean, it's like,
hey, listen, you know what? It's a way they're making a buck. As long as they're doing it legally, and
anybody,
it's
I guess you're right. See, in Germany, where I was, to my plant there, and they control it.
Yeah.
And it's, there's the lowest AIDS rate is the lowest. This rate is everything. Sometimes we get caught up in the, better than now thought, and we don't do the right thing. And sometimes the right thing is, it's like gambling. It's
for
gone
sure.
on since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Why have we not just sort of like, and it's like beer drinking. Since I lived in Germany, I could go down to the corner opera house anytime I wanted to.
Yeah, definitely so. Hey, we got to run. We got to get to news, Jeff.
All right, brother.
Take care. Bye-bye now. 6:22 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. Time for news. Let's head on over to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Martin County Sheriff's deputies and fire rescue workers responded to a report of a plane down in a field Tuesday afternoon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the scene around 2:45 p.m. and found one person, the pilot, injured, said Bureau Chief Kevin Parks. No one else was on board. The plane went down off Southeast Bridge Road near South Florida Grassing Incorporated, which is at 4580 Southeast Bridge Road. Emergency responders airlifted the patient via helicopter to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. Parks said he did not know the extent of the injuries, but to warrant a flight, they had to be of some significance. The sheriff's office said the National Transportation Safety Board was notified and is investigating. No other information was available Tuesday evening. A community-led council wants to build at least 40 units of affordable housing units on city property in Stuart, an effort that could gain traction within the next year. The Housing Solutions Council and the City Commission agreed Monday to negotiate a lease that would allow the council to build multi-family units on an undeveloped 2-acre property on US 1 north of the Roosevelt Bridge. They have 1 year to reach a deal, or the city would put the property on the market, according to records. The council wants the proposed 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units to be attainable to Martin County's workforce in the low to moderate household income range, according to an August 24 letter sent to the city. A staff shortage across school campuses on the Treasure Coast has school district leaders scrambling. WPTV's Derek Lowe was on hand at a meeting last night and has the report.
Here in Martin County, the shortage actually goes beyond just substitute teachers. Fill-in bus drivers, food service workers, and even paraprofessionals are also needed.
I would say that maybe we lost 100 about, and I think there are a lot of people contemplating coming back at all.
At school campuses across the Treasure Coast,
our teachers are working very hard. They are burning out.
A shortage of staff has district leaders scrambling.
The first couple of weeks of school, our entire instructional services department was out covering classrooms.
In Martin County, substitute teachers are in need of substitute teachers.
We have hundreds of substitute teachers on our roster, but because of the pandemic and different situations that are taking place on campuses, many of our substitutes don't want to come to school yet.
And in Indian River, a similar scenario. A shortage of staff forced temporary school closures after some teachers were exposed to COVID-19.
We do have a system in place in our district now where if an employee is identified as a direct contact, as long as they're asymptomatic, they may continue working.
The shortage is not limited to teaching, though. Substitute bus drivers and food service workers are also in demand.
I think a lot of teachers have retired early or not retired but left the profession. And I feel bad for these new teachers because this is not normal.
District leaders say it's created opportunities to make a positive impact on children's lives.
And right now in Martin, we're starting at $95. So it may be the time to up the per diem pay for substitutes in our district.
And here in Martin County, district leaders say that they've even gone as far as direct messaging as students' families about these open positions. Live in Martin County tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The county wants to sue the city of Port St. Lucie over a new policy for alternative transportation improvements to keep up with booming growth in Florida's 7th most populous city. County officials argue that the city illegally adopted the new law, which would require would-be developers pay a fee to lessen transportation impacts without its permission and without public input. Even though the two local governments are in the process of reaching an agreement, the county commission last week gave the go-ahead for filing a lawsuit. It would be one possible outcome, but the worst case scenario, according to County Administrator Howard Tipton. This is really on the legalities of holding a public hearing and not even allowing or acknowledging any public comment. County Commissioner Franny Hutchinson told the commission last week Port St. Lucie has passed a resolution to put a tax on county have no authority. Port St. Lucie's mobility fee, which the city council already has approved and will go into effect Tuesday, will replace its impact fee policy. Lastly, minimum wage workers in Florida will get a voter-approved pay boost this week, while about 24 new laws kick in, including a regulatory framework for electronic cigarettes. After just over 60% of voters approved a constitutional amendment in November, the state's minimum wage will go from $8.65 an hour, about $18,000 a year for a full-time worker, to $10 on Thursday, with the rate for tipped workers moving up from $5.63 an hour to $6.98 an hour. Noah Syndergaard started Tuesday night for the New York Mets, returning to a major league mound for the first time in 2 years and completing his delayed comeback from Tommy John surgery. The right-hander topped out at 96 miles per hour and struck out his first two batters in a perfect inning against Miami. Syndergaard was reinstated from the list to start the second game of a single admission doubleheader at Citi Field. The skidding Mets announced the move about 2.5 hours before the first game. A 5-2 win started by Marcus Stroman. Our news time at 6:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, on our roadways right now for Stewart, for Port St. Lucie, we are seeing a clear path, a clear highway during these early Wednesday morning hours. And we always like to say, if you see something, say something, let us know. We're at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. We have 72 in Stewart, and in Melbourne, Australia this morning, rain showers and 60. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning on tap. Temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s, mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a weak front brushes by, and that could bring us a few fast-moving showers. Highs in the upper 80s and a bit breezy.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
What started with pumpkin spice lattes has now taken over the world. Pumpkin spice margarine, pumpkin spice fettuccine, pumpkin spice Pringles. Now everything comes with pumpkin spice, like pumpkin spice ale. Drink too much, get sick. Even your yak will smell like pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice proactive. Sure, it doesn't get rid of your pimples, but makes each one look like a little pumpkin. Oh, not feeling so fresh, ladies? Rub a little pumpkin spice on it. You'll feel good enough to eat. Who doesn't love a mouthful of pumpkin pie? Pumpkin spice is fat-free, calorie-free, gluten-free, and now 27% more pumpkin-y. Mr. President, trouble in the Middle East? Why not bomb them with pumpkin spice?
Everything in the world's alright now that everything's made with pumpkin spice.
Mother pumpkin, yeah.
Yeah, pumpkin spice. Pretty much that's what they're telling you. Everything is made with pumpkin spice. Let's go to viral videos. So I found a couple of viral videos this morning as I was getting ready to do the program. The first one is of a pit bull. And I'm not talking about Pitbull the rapper. I'm talking about a pit bull dog. The pit bull is singing along with a family that is singing happy birthday to the human brothers. And he even gets a treat for his efforts. Listen in.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tyler. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. Okay.
I thought the dog.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Tyler.
You want to have your Frosty now? For Ty's birthday?
Oh, dog gets a Frosty.
And I thought the dog sang better than.
Yeah, I think so
the
too.
The dog does deserve a Frosty.
Definitely. So the dog even has its own TikTok channel.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it has its own TikTok channel.
That's a trained dog. Knows when, to get in on that happy birthday
No!
deal.
Unbelievable. There's another video out. This was posted a little while back, and it's just now making the rounds. It's a little boy in the backseat of the car that tells his mom that he was run over in a past life. Yes, a little 10.
Oh, wow.
Little, listen.
Yeah, again, and I did that.
You were a baby again?
Mm-hmm. And I did that again.
So you got ran over in a past life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got ran over in a past life.
The mom's like, her look on her face is like, what?
Priceless.
This is like, what's going on with my child?
Yeah.
I watched a series of, it was like a 3 or 4 show series of these parents whose kids would have these past life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you believe it or not, one was kind of fascinating and interesting because this child was born in Madison, Wisconsin,
right,
into a family where they loved water.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family loved water, but this kid had this fear of the water and like
Mm-hmm.
going into swimming pools.
Mm-hmm.
And they started kind of like digging into why he was having these night tremors, why he was waking up screaming. And they started doing some research, and what they came across was this was their theory that he had been on the Titanic, actually.
Wow.
And not as like just like a passenger or paying passenger. They kind of like took him back to being one of the engineers who kind of worked on the ship, on building the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy who they kind of like researched had actually been an engineer who was on the Titanic, and he drowned because he knew the building had been bad, this part of it, and he decided to go down in the ship.
Oh, wow.
And they linked it to this kid who could have been this guy on the Titanic in his last life.
Wow.
I don't know whether or not it's true, but it was a fascinating episode.
There's a video of a man calling a woodpecker. Yes, a woodpecker lands on the man's shoulder, flies away, and then he calls the woodpecker over, and it comes back. Listen.
That's a random woodpecker just landed on my shoulder. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Woodpecker's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Goes on his left shoulder, looking at him
How you
like
doing?
he's wondering if it's going to peck at him. Goes over to the right shoulder. He flew away.
That woodpecker. He's over there on that tree.
Yeah. It's over there on the
Let me see
tree.
if I can get him over.
Now he's going like this with his hand.
Yeah.
It's like, here, boy.
Come on.
Like, what is it? What is it? A dog? Calls a woodpecker again.
Might be a trained bird,
And
right?
then miraculously,
There we go.
the woodpecker
There he is. Hey, buddy.
flew right over onto his
Oh.
hand.
I wonder if this little birdie is trained. And I wonder if he named him Woody.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know how a wild woodpecker could be trained. But that's pretty amazing that happened. Coincidence? Yes.
Yeah.
Would it happen again? Probably not.
I don't know. I don't
Probably
know.
not.
That's like a weird thing. He must certainly like the guy, the woodpecker,
Probably not.
to land there and kind of hang out as long as he did on his sleeve.
Probably would never happen again. Did you know that 23% of men don't know their wife and or female partner's dress size? 23% of guys have no idea what size that their spouse wears.
You think it would be even a larger percent? Because I wouldn't expect my better half to even know my dress size.
I know what
mean,
Rachel's size is. I know what size dress she wears.
Yeah.
I know what size shirt, what size pants. Hell, I even know what size bra she wears.
Oh my gosh. You must buy her a lot of clothes then.
She wears a blank, 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 blank.
Yeah.
There you go.
So when you
Notice I didn't say the size.
So when you go and shop for her birthday or something, are you usually buying her clothes? Is that like a go-to?
Every
when you
now
get her
and then
something?
I'll buy her something that's wearable, but very seldom because she's very particular about the things that she wears. So therefore, here's money, just go buy it.
It's hard to shop for a girl for clothes.
Mhm.
I even have a hard time shopping for my stepdaughter for
Mhm.
clothes. And now it's her birthday up and coming in like a week.
Mhm.
And I've got my eye on these purses at Burlington's
Mhm.
that I think are so cute, but I'm even hesitant to buy them for her because will she think that they're cute?
Bingo. There you go. You just hit the nail on the head. So
Yeah.
instead, take her with you. Get her opinion. Kind of casually go shopping.
And I've
And
bought
stop right where the purse is.
and to see if her eyes wander.
Well, not so much to see if her eyes wander, just kind of casually stop and say, "Oh, this is cute. What do you think about it?" Get her opinion.
Yeah.
And then there's the opinion. And if she says it's cute, then after she leaves and goes home, then you go back to Burlington and buy the purse.
I did buy her a dress from there before. I bought her shoes, which
Mhm.
I missed with those items. So
Ooh.
one can never tell.
Wow.
See, I bought her a dress that I would probably wear,
Mhm.
and she wasn't digging it. The shoes too, I would wear them.
Yeah,
No.
I know exactly the style of shoes, shirts and pants and things like that Gavin likes, like to a T. I bought him some sneakers the other day. I bought him some Sperry's, and he just absolutely went nuts. Absolutely
Wow.
loved them. I put him on his bed. I didn't even ask him about the color or nothing. I just put him on his bed, and he goes, "Wow, I love these things."
Are guys just easier to shop for? I
It
think
depends.
it's
Really depends.
easy for me to like get T-shirts like for Gary.
Really depends.
I know his size. I don't know his size pants though.
Mhm.
I don't.
You
know.
have no idea what size waist he is?
No, but I'm going to be finding out because his birthday's coming up soon too.
Go in the closet, look inside the waistband.
Yes.
And it's right there. Make sure you get the length right also.
Okay.
Because the length, pants come in like 28, 30, 32, and 34-inch length. And that's the inseam from the upper end of the leg in the crotch area all the way down. That's the inseam.
Well, he's getting a tall pant leg. He's not the slim one. He's
Okay.
tall.
Okay.
So, but you're right to get the right inches.
Yeah, get the right inseam. Did you know 55% of women have used a curling iron as a fake microphone? Yes, a fake microphone. And I'm sure if you go on YouTube and you put in there in the search bar singing into a curling iron, you'll find videos. A dime a dozen.
I have a picture of me singing into a curling iron, and actually, it's in front of an old radio station van
What
that
were you
we used
singing?
to work.
Do you remember what song you were singing?
I don't even know what song would have been playing at the time, but
Maybe it was Barbara Streisand's The Way We Were.
I know. No, that was way before I got there.
Okay.
I was probably just born when that song came out.
Wow.
So that wasn't it.
Did you know that 20% of Americans started Christmas shopping in January? January, right after Christmas.
Our Phil is just starting to shop
They
now,
went yesterday.
isn't he?
They went yesterday or day
Yes.
before. They went Christmas shopping. He gave me my Christmas gift
Already?
when he was here. That was the Batmobile.
Oh, that was very
Yeah,
cool.
but I paid for it.
That could that be worth some money?
It's
the Batmobile?
let me tell you something. That Batmobile is sitting on my desk and it is not getting opened up. Gavin wanted to open it.
Yeah.
I said, you touch it, you lose your fingers. Very straightforward as far as that goes.
But
Do
he
not
got
touch my Batmobile.
He got that brand new. Where did he go down south to purchase that? Or
That was bought at Best Buy. He came
Okay.
across it, sent me a picture of it. I'm like, gee, I'll take it. So that was my Christmas present that I paid for.
early Christmas gift?
Yes.
Wow.
Did you know, according to Parents Magazine, until the age of 12, both boys and girls cry equally as much. Equally as much until the age of 12. After 12,
The
they
girls
don't,
are crying
They
more?
don't say who cries more.
They don't
No.
give the statistics
No,
there.
not at all. Did you know 40% of women said they get a new hairstyle after a breakup? That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true because they want a new, fresh start. Did you know, according to AAA, that's the American Automobile Association, men are 4 times more likely to run over someone when behind the wheel than a woman. Yes, they are more likely to run over somebody than a woman.
I think maybe is it because guys tend to have more of a lead foot? The guys tend to drive faster.
I don't know.
Wonder if
That's
that...
a very interesting stat, though. I wouldn't want to be the one to be on the receiving end to find that out.
Oh, absolutely not.
No. Did you know 20% of men admit they have lied to their significant other about how they spent the tax money,
Oh.
the tax refund?
Yeah.
I dare not do that.
That's the number one fight in households is over the money. And
I dare not do that because Rachel has access to all my bank accounts that we have. We
Yeah.
have joint accounts together. Just God forbid if something ever happens to me or happens to her, we have access to the bank accounts.
you got to be able to trust one another with
Yeah.
that. But then when one spouse goes behind the other spouse's back and does some god-awful spending, that's terrorizes a relationship.
Did you know, according to GQ magazine, 28% of guys don't gamble at least once a year without telling their wives? Do not gamble at least once a year without telling
They
their wives.
don't gamble
Wait a minute.
once a
Do
year. They-
gamble.
They do go
They
gambling.
do gamble. Yes, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I didn't see
So they're off to Seminole Casino, and they don't tell the wife where they're driving to.
Yeah, if you wonder where your husband disappears to for an elongated time, you can put out an APB and guaranteed you can find him down at the Seminole Casino down in Hollywood, Florida, or out west somewhere in Immokalee where they have another one, and you'll find him at your craps table gambling.
Gary wouldn't have to worry about me doing that. You would just find me all afternoon at the bingo hall
There
like
you
an
go.
old lady, and I wouldn't be spending a whole
Well,
lot.
that's another form of gambling, but you're not going to gamble away your life savings. 6:47 right now on the Get Up and Go Show. It's time for news brought to you St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town on any type of precious metals. It's St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie's got the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A staff shortage across school campuses on the Treasure Coast has school district leaders scrambling. WPTV's Derek Lowe was on hand at a meeting last night and has the report.
Here in Martin County, the shortage actually goes beyond just substitute teachers. Fill-in bus drivers, food service workers, and even paraprofessionals are also needed.
I would say that maybe we lost 100 about, and I think there are a lot of people contemplating coming back at all.
At school campuses across the Treasure Coast,
Our teachers are working very hard They are burning out.
A shortage of staff has district leaders scrambling.
The first couple of weeks of school, our entire instructional services department was out covering classrooms.
In Martin County, substitute teachers are in need of substitute teachers.
We have hundreds of substitute teachers on our roster, but because of the pandemic and different situations that are taking place on campuses, many of our substitutes don't want to come to school yet.
And at Indian River, a similar scenario. A shortage of staff forced temporary school closures after some teachers were exposed to COVID-19.
We do have a system in place in our district now where if an employee is identified as a direct contact, as long as they're asymptomatic, they may continue working.
The shortage is not limited to teaching, though. Substitute bus drivers and food service workers are also in demand.
I think a lot of teachers or not retired but left the profession. And I feel bad for these new teachers because this is not normal.
District leaders say it's created opportunities to make a positive impact on children's lives.
And right now in Martin, we're starting at $95. So it may be the time to up the per diem pay for substitutes in our district.
And here in Martin County, district leaders say that they've even gone as far as direct messaging as students' families about these open positions. Live in Martin County tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And the county wants to sue the city of Port St. Lucie over a new policy for alternative transportation improvement. Booming growth in Florida's seventh most populous city. County officials argue that the city illegally adopted the new law, which would require would-be developers pay a fee to lessen transportation impacts without its permission and without public input. Even though the two local governments are in the process of reaching an agreement, the county commission last week gave the go-ahead for filing a lawsuit. It would be one possible outcome, but the worst-case scenario, according to County Administrator Howard Tipton. This is really on the legalities of holding a public hearing and not even allowing or acknowledging any public comment. County Commissioner Franny Hutchinson told the commission last week, Port St. Lucie has passed a resolution to put a tax on county roads when they have no authority. Port St. Lucie's mobility fee, which the city council already has approved and will go into effect Tuesday, will replace its impact fee policy. The mobility plan, according to city manager Russ Blackburn, is more flexible than an impact fee because it can be spent on more than just new roads. It also can pay for additional turn lanes, sidewalks, and bike lanes. Blackburn sees this differently, believing it's fair to use the fee to offset growth on county roads within Port St. Lucie boundaries. Right now, it's as if Mia Marcano has disappeared into thin air, but the Orange County Sheriff said he suspects foul play in her disappearance. WPTV's Todd Lowe has more.
Right now, it appears as if Mia Marcano has disappeared into thin air, but authorities feel that foul play is involved in her disappearance.
We are still doing everything possible we can to find her.
Orange County deputies dressed in orange shirts search wooded areas and sandlots for 19-year-old Mia Marcano. Sheriff John Mina says information will be the key to finding Mia.
No bit of information is too small or too insignificant. If someone, knows of something, saw something, recognizes her face, we'll take that information.
There's also a complex where the main suspect, 27-year-old Armando Caballero, was found dead Monday of an apparent suicide. People who received flyers of Mia say they recognize Caballero, who worked maintenance for the complex.
You don't got to know her personally, just say her name. She can probably hear you.
In June, authorities say Caballero started working at the Arden Villas. While working at the complex, he met Mia Marcano. Investigators believe Caballero went into Marcano's place Friday. Loved ones say there were signs of a struggle and blood was found on Mia's pillow.
Like a nosebleed, almost like a head on a pillow with a nosebleed.
Westma said dozens of family members have been in Central Florida since the weekend. She says when she arrived, Caballero came up to her. At the time, he wasn't known as a suspect.
He said, "Are you looking for Mia?" I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm the maintenance guy. I heard you're looking for me."
Now, once again, Caballero was found Monday dead of an apparent suicide. As far as the Marcano family, they said they're not sure if they're going to be out searching on Wednesday unless some new leads come in. In West Palm Beach, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
An attorney for the family of the late Gabby Petito wants her missing fiancé to turn himself in. Richard Stafford added, Brian Laundrie's family didn't help them find Petito, and they won't help them find him. And TV personality Dog the Bounty Hunter is echoing calls for Laundrie to turn himself in. Speaking on Fox News, Dwayne Dog Chapman said he has been flooded with more than 1,000 tips involving the homicide of Gabby Petito.
I wish he would turn himself in because it would look a lot better on the Wyoming jury whether to decide the death penalty or not.
Dog the Bounty Hunter has set up a special tip line at 833-TELL-DOG. And today is National Coffee Day, so if you need a free or discounted extra jolt of caffeine, you're in luck. You can go to places like 7-Eleven, Dunkin', McDonald's, Starbucks, Panera, Wawa, Baskin Robbins. They're all offering nice free or discounted items on your day. When Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady takes the field Sunday at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts to face his former team, New England, he'll need just 68 yards to break Drew Brees' NFL career passing yardage record of 80,358 yards. Speaking Tuesday, Brees said he's ready to see it happen, saying, quote, I'm a firm believer that records are meant to be broken. The former New Orleans Saints quarterback said this. He's going to be at the game working as an analyst for NBC Sports and has enjoyed a friendship with Brady dating back to 1999. Our news time 6:54. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:55 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And right here in our area this morning, everything is looking good. Actually, wait a minute. To the south of us, we're seeing some debris on the roadway. This is on the Turnpike northbound at mile marker 112 in Palm Beach Gardens. Just some debris in that area. But back up here, Martin County, St. Lucie County, you're heading out to work. You're looking at a good ride this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 72 now in Stewart, and in Essex, Vermont, a cloudy 49. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning on tap. Temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s, mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a weak front brushes by, and that could bring us a few fast-moving showers. Highs in the upper 80s and a bit breezy.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is a Wednesday, September 29, 2021.
Y'all know what day it is?
Like I said, it's Wednesday, September 29th, and 2021.
Put some salt in your mouth.
I'll put some salt in my mouth.
What's on the agenda for today?
Well, we have a whole lot on the agenda today, but first I have to tell you that it's 7:08 on the Get Up and Go show. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 7:08 a.m.
7:08 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show. Hour number 2. We are at a warp speed once again, Bonnie.
And one more day of the month to go, and that day being tomorrow.
That's right. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except February, which has 28, and in a leap year, 29.
Yeah, that is true. That is mostly true, Evan.
That's a rhyme that we learned in elementary school.
I see.
Back in the day. Do you know it?
We never had that rhyme.
No?
Where I grew up. No.
Wow.
That one is foreign to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No problem.
Just never heard of it.
Okay.
But now I heard it, and
There you go.
I like it. I do gotta say.
First time for everything. Let's get to birthdays. If you were born on this day, on September the 29th, we wish you a happy birthday. Bonnie, what do you have?
I guess happy birthday to my cousin Jason. Jason, who grew up in Minnesota and now lives in the area of Denver, Colorado. Happy birthday to you this morning.
Happy birthday, Jason. Halsey is 27 years old today. The hit is Bad at Love. Her biggest hit also is Closer with the Chainsmokers. Kevin Durant, 33 years old today, former Oklahoma City Thunder forward, who's won 4 NBA scoring titles, and he's on the Brooklyn Nets right now.
He was the one being questioned this week, too, by David Letterman.
That's right.
He was the one who didn't know David Letterman was asking him the not-so-smart questions.
He probably doesn't even know who David Letterman is.
Maybe he doesn't.
No.
You know? I mean,
No.
David, even Kevin being 33 today, David a little bit before his time.
Just a tad bit.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, 36 years old today. That's the former Detroit Lions wide receiver who holds the record for most receiving yards in a season. Zachary Levi is 41. Shazam star and Kurt Warner, an American underdog. Chrissy Metz, 41 years old today. That's Kate Pearson on This Is Us.
This Is Us, a wonderful show. And, I haven't been keeping up with the seasons. And I don't know if, I used to watch like Grey's Anatomy when it started.
Mm-hmm.
And I would watch I think I watched maybe the first 3 or 4 seasons, but then I kind of fall off of it and lose track of what's happening.
Mackenzie Crook, 50 years
Of course,
old today.
May I finish?
No, I'm sorry.
May
Go
I
ahead.
finish?
I'm sorry.
Of course, Grey's have been going on for for a long running season. And This Is Us has been running for quite a while now. And I kind of fell off that bandwagon of watching it. I don't know if I should go back and watch in the middle and catch up, but it is really, really good and one to watch with Chrissy Metz today.
Very cool. Mackenzie Crook is 50 years old today. That's the guy in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Erica Aleniak is 52. That's Shawnee McClain on Baywatch. Jill Whelan, 55 years old today. That's Vicky Stubing on The Love Boat.
She was the niece of Captain Steuben on The
I
Love
think
Boat.
so. Yeah, I think she was.
Not to be confused with Julie McCoy, who was the cruise director, right? She was the one that brought you on board. But I think Jill Whelan was Vicky, the little niece that came on the ship of the captain.
For sure. Les Claypool, 58 years old today. That's the singer and the bassist from the band Primus.
Never heard of that one.
Never.
Primus?
Neither have I.
You heard of? Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I'm going to give
foreign.
you a hint on this one. See if
Okay.
you knew who this one.
Okay.
Hickory dickory dock. The old man rewound the clock.
Oh, is that the
I'm
guy?
I have to be G-rated.
He had old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard. Yeah, he was the guy with the nursery rhyme. What was his name back in the day?
This
I
is
think
where
I think he's still around too.
This is where I got this from.
Oh!
That should give you a hint. He does. He's known for.
Yeah, I can see him. He's cool. He's either Jersey, very New Jersey,
Got his
very
hair
New
slicked
York.
back.
Yeah,
Andrew Dice Clay.
The name just wasn't coming to
There
my
you
mind.
go. Yep, Andrew Dice Clay. I could never play one of his sound bites because we would be kicked off the radio within 5 seconds.
I wonder if any of his sound bites are playable. I don't know.
I don't want to take a chance.
I don't know if he had a single one, right?
I would not want to take a chance. Mike Farner is 73 years old today. That's the original singer from Grand Funk Railroad.
How old is he?
73.
Yeah.
When I think of Grand Funk, I think of two songs. We're an American band.
Right.
And Some Kind of Wonderful.
I only know we're an American band.
Okay.
The Some Kind of Wonderful I'm not even familiar with.
Okay.
But they did that.
Yep, they sure did.
Oh, man.
One of their hits.
I did not know that.
Brian Gumbel, 73 years old today. Mike Post is 77. That's a genius who wrote the theme songs to Magnum P.I., all three Law and Order series, The A-Team, Hill Street Blues, Quantum Leap, The Rockford Files, Doogie Howser.
Wow.
And The Greatest American Hero.
He wrote a lot of good ones.
Sure did.
I enjoy the theme from Hill Street Blues. I always have. There's just something about it that puts you in that mood.
Jerry Lee Lewis, 86 years old today. Whole lot of shaking going on and Great Balls of Fire.
Man, did he have some energy on stage, huh?
Yep, the guy was incredible.
Play that piano and the head motion and the singing and so fast. It was like he was in top speed all the time.
Celebrating a birthday in the heavens, the singing cowboy with 5 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Gene Autry, passed away in 98.
Yeah, did he win for singing and for being in acting in a movie and songwriting?
I think it was 5 categories he has stars: radio, TV, movies, records, and live performances.
I think I had a couple of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Gene Autry records actually when I was a kid. But the singing cowboy, right?
Yeah, the singing cowboy. Yeah. Madeline Kahn passed away in 99, the very saucy minx from many Mel Brooks movies, including Blazing Saddles, High Anxiety, and Young Frankenstein. Today, as we mentioned earlier, is National Coffee Day. So go out and get you some Java at one of the many, many places. And I was doing a little further investigation. And some places are requiring you to make a purchase.
A little purchase with the coffee.
To get your free cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So there are, read the fine print, read the fine line. But if you want a free cup of coffee, some places, no purchase required. Some places, you have to make a small purchase.
And some, it might be like a little donut or pastry. And who doesn't want a donut or pastry with their coffee?
Exactly.
Goes along fine.
To go along with National Coffee Day, it's National Starbucks Day.
Oh, it is. How did Starbucks get in line with coffee and
couldn't tell you
and make two now?
Yep.
Because there are other places for coffee, like Dunkin'.
Yep. There are a few places in the world, though, that you can go that there are not any Starbucks. You won't find a Starbucks at certain places in the world.
Yeah.
It is
plenty right here. That's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Lately,
no shortage.
They're becoming more popular than Walgreens. You kind of see one on every corner lately.
No shortage of Starbucks at all in Martin County. It's also National VFW Day. Join us as we celebrate the beloved heroes of America. So we thank you for your service as we celebrate National VFW Day. It's also World Heart Day. Every year, over 17 million people die from heart disease.
Wow.
It's a very, very serious thing.
It's like known as the silent killer too, isn't it?
Yep.
Like you don't even have maybe symptoms that you have it. And so I guess it's good to get checked.
That's why it's so important that you go for your yearly physical.
That's
right.
They
do all your blood work. They check your cholesterol levels, your sugar levels, your liver levels, your this level, your that level. They poke you like a human pincushion, but at the end of the day,
you're going to be you're going to be checked in with your health, your health issue. And I've been seeing that little red bus lately parked in Palm City. Usually it's parked at Goodwill. And I know this weekend they were offering you like $20, like a $20 gift card to come on in and donate some. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
that
good.
was on Sunday that I saw the bus parked there.
Yep. So as we mentioned before earlier, last hour, Bonnie and I were talking about National Coffee Day. Make sure and get on over to Starbucks, Circle K, Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven, the Pilot and Flying J centers, Panera.
The Pilot Center, I forget it. The Flying J, they have the cheapest gas now, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. There's a I think there's a Pilot or a Flying J, or maybe even both of them, over in Fort Pierce, right as you get off the turnpike.
Yeah, that's where I see it. That's where it is. That's where, like, if you're traveling and you're coming back into town, you want to stop for gas there.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like
so.
it's always 5 or 10 cents lower.
Well, there's another little hidden secret too that I've learned, and I get my gas at Cumberland Farms, but the reason I do that is because I have this app on my phone, and when you log into your app, I think it's called, let me look here real quick. And open it up. It's called Smart Pay. So when you log into Smart Pay and you pull into a Cumberland Farms, you automatically set up the whole account with your bank account, and you log in, and it tells you the location you're at for gas. You confirm it. You type in your pump number. You hit enter, and then all of a sudden, boom! The pump turns on, and you save 5 cents a gallon.
Oh, it's called the Smart app that you can do that
Smart
with?
Pay.
Smart Pay.
Smart Pay.
That's pretty cool.
5 cents a gallon you save.
And instantly, just by using that app, at any pump that you're at, this will
Any
work?
Cumberland Farms you go to.
Any Cumberland Farms.
Any Cumberland Farms you go to. You log into the app. It knows wherever you're at, the Cumberland Farms. You confirm it, put the pump number in, and all of a sudden, the pump comes alive remotely.
Right.
You flip the little handle, stick the nozzle in, and you save 5 cents a gallon.
Very nice. And the Cumberland Farms are really convenient, and I like their style. It's kind of like they're a pleasure to go into.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like that other store in town where it's a pleasure to shop.
I've saved let me open up the app. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's 10 cents a gallon, not 5 cents.
You're saving 10 cents.
10 cents a gallon.
That's a good
I've
savings.
saved $148.62 using this app. It tells me how much
wonderful.
I've saved. And get this, Bonnie. You get free perks as you use. Like I have.
Like a free donut?
I have free Aquafina or Muscle Milk coming.
Is a slice of pizza involved? Their pizza is delicious.
Yep. I have a free coffee coming. Yeah. I have a free Dr. Pepper coming if I want it. This is all part of rewards.
Where's the Cumberland Farm that you stop at around here?
Well, I go to the one that's over on Port St. Lucie Boulevard and Darwin.
Okay, out that way there.
That's over by my house.
Cumberland.
But they're all over the place, literally.
I just, on my way to work in the morning, I don't pass one unless I go up to our sister station up in Fort Pierce. And then I do stop in occasionally at the Cumberland Farms that's on 25th Street, that St. James Drive that you take.
Gotcha.
All the way up to Fort Pierce.
Yeah, but if you're looking for one, there's also a... in the app, it asks you, there's like a store locator, and it'll show you, like I touched it right there, and it's going to show me my location where I'm at, and it shows me the closest one is just south of here.
Okay, south
by
of
about
here
2 or 3
US
miles.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so that's
I've been,
pretty cool.
For my gas, I've been shopping at BJ's lately because I have the BJ's
You
card.
got the membership?
Yeah.
You have a Sam's card too?
No, not Sam's.
Just BJ's.
Just
Okay.
BJ's.
All right. Very
but,
good.
You know, it's weird because I haven't been using the card to shop in the store.
Oh.
But I do use it time and time again for my gas, and that's a savings.
That is a savings. I think it's like 5 or 10 cents a gallon
Yeah,
or
it's
something
worth
like that.
having
But
just
the
for the
savings,
gas.
it adds up after a while. 7:21 right now on the Get Up and Go Show. Time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Bonnie standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Martin County Sheriff's deputies and fire rescue workers responded to a report of a plane down in a field Tuesday afternoon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the scene around 2:45 p.m. and found one person, the pilot, injured, said Bureau Chief Kevin Parks. No one else was on board. The plane went down off Southeast Bridge Road near South Florida Grassing Incorporated. Emergency responders airlifted the patient via helicopter to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. Parks said he did not know the extent of the injuries, but to warrant a flight, they had to be of some significance. The Sheriff's Office of the National Transportation Safety Board was notified and is investigating. No other information was available Tuesday evening. In Stewart, a community council wants to build at least 40 units of affordable housing units on city property, an effort that could gain traction within the next year. The Housing Solutions Council and the City Commission agreed Monday to negotiate a lease that would allow the council to build multi-family units on an undeveloped 2-acre property on US 1 north of the Roosevelt Bridge. They have 1 year to reach a deal, or the city will put the property on the market, according to records. The council wants the proposed 1-2 and be attainable to Martin County's workforce in the low to moderate household income range, according to an August 24 letter sent to the city. A staff shortage across school campuses on the Treasure Coast has school district leaders scrambling. WPTV's Derek Lowe was on hand at a meeting last night and has the report.
Here in Martin County, the shortage actually goes beyond just substitute teachers. Fill-in bus drivers, food service workers, and even paraprofessionals are also needed.
I would say that maybe we lost 100, about, and I think there are a lot of people contemplating coming back at all.
At school campuses across the Treasure Coast,
our teachers are working very hard. They are burning out.
A shortage of staff has district leaders scrambling.
The first couple weeks of school, our entire instructional services department was out covering classrooms.
In Martin County, substitute teachers are in need of substitute teachers.
We have hundreds of substitute teachers on our roster, but because of the pandemic and different situations that are taking place on campuses, many of our substitutes don't want to come to school yet.
And at Indian River, a similar scenario. A shortage of staff forced temporary school closures after some teachers were exposed to COVID-19.
We do have a system in place in our district now where if an employee is identified as a direct contact, as long as they're asymptomatic, they may continue working.
The shortage is not limited to teaching, though. Substitute bus drivers and food service workers are also in demand.
I think a lot of teachers have retired early, or not retired but left the profession. And I feel bad for these new teachers because this is not normal.
District leaders say it's created opportunities to make a positive impact on children's lives.
And right now in Martin, we're starting at $95. So it may be the time to up the per diem pay for substitutes in our district.
And here in Martin County, district leaders say that they've even gone as far as direct messaging as students' families about these open. Live in Martin County tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
An attorney for the family of the late Gabby Petito wants her missing fiancé to turn himself in. Richard Stafford added Brian Laundrie's family didn't help them find Petito, and they won't help them find him. And TV personality Dog the Bounty Hunter is echoing calls for Laundrie to turn himself in. Speaking on Fox News, Dwayne Dog Chapman said he has been flooded with more than 1,000 tips involving the homicide of Gabby Petito.
I wish he would turn himself in, because it would look a lot better on the Wyoming jury whether to decide the death penalty or not.
Dog the Bounty Hunter has set up a special tip line at 833-TELL-DOG. Those looking for a missing Orange County woman appear to be focused on Seminole County. Friends and relatives of 19-year-old Mia Marcano gathered yesterday. They searched woods near Longwood, where a man who was a person of interest in her disappearance was found dead of an apparent suicide the day before. And lastly, Centerville, Iowa is about 75 miles outside Des Moines, and only around 5,000 people live there. Had a world record for the largest serving of pancakes. 100 volunteers from local businesses cooked 14,280 pancakes and served them to employees. They used 2,400 pounds of batter, and each pancake had to be at least 0.4 inches thick and 5 inches in diameter. The previous record of 13,000 pancakes just happened in Blue Springs, Missouri this past June, so it only stood for about 3 months. The owner of the Tampa Bay Rays is doing an about-face. Stu Sternberg says the team will not be posting signs in Tropicana Field during the playoffs promoting the idea of a split season between St. Petersburg and Montreal. Our news time is 7:26 with weather and traffic together coming up.
7:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
We are looking at two accidents right now. One is on I-95 in St. Lucie County. This is I-95 southbound at Crosstown Parkway, and no roads going southbound. And on the Turnpike in Palm City, there is an accident too. This is northbound on the Turnpike in Palm City at mile marker 133. We're not finding roadblock either from that accident. If you see something, say something. Call us at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Stuart, this morning we have 72 and it's clear sky, 65 in Blue Springs, Missouri. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning on tap. Temperatures this morning upper 60s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s, mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a weak front brushes by, and that could bring us a few fast-moving showers. Highs in the upper 80s and a bit breezy.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. There's a rumor Olivia Jade's Dancing with the Stars contract keeps her safe from elimination. Show producers say that's ridiculous. It's the checks they receive from her parents that keep her safe from elimination. Matthew McConaughey says he's, quote, measuring a run for Texas governor. It's the first time he's measured something that doesn't come in a dime bag.
All right.
Flamin' Hot Doritos and Cheetos are getting their own hot sauces. They'll go great with chicken wings, tacos, and flushable wipes. And today is National Coffee Day, or as they call it at Starbucks, National Milkshake with a Vague Coffee-like Flavor Day. This is not headline news.
From Not Headline News, we go to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
We're going to go out of the country to Ghana. Yeah.
Oh,
Ghana.
way to Ghana.
All the way to Ghana.
Oh, my gosh.
After afraid that having children with her ugly but otherwise great husband would cause them to end up looking horrible, a Ghana woman allegedly decided to secretly have 4 kids with her handsome ex-boyfriend.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
African social media
No.
has been abuzz with news of a vain Ghana woman who married a successful, hardworking, and caring man despite his less than adequate looks. Now, the fact that he was ugly by her standards didn't bother her too much until they decided to try for a baby. Well, she loved everything else about him, but she couldn't risk giving birth to an ugly child.
Oh, please.
So she always made sure to take birth control pills after sleeping with him. At one point, they went to a fertility clinic and they both turned out to be very healthy, which the woman already knew. So in order not to raise her husband's suspicion, she came out with a twisted yet ingenious plan. And that was the plan, to have kids with the ex-boyfriend who was very handsome.
Now, I wonder what the repercussions will be for this woman who is not here in the United States, in a country like Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Don't know.
I'm wondering if over there the repercussions could be pretty nasty.
Chop her head off.
Commit adultery. I don't know.
Don't know. Maybe we should call Ghana City Hall
Right.
and find out. I'll have to get the phone number.
A brave woman, if or stupid woman.
Brave is an understatement.
Like, because this is stupid news, and
Yeah.
you know.
Last Wednesday, a driver ran a red light in Sterling Heights, Michigan, and he cut off a garbage truck. Now, the driver of the garbage truck swerved, lost control, and drove over the median, and then crashed into a building. And inside the building was a massive illegal marijuana grow operation.
Whoa! What are the
Yeah.
chances?
Well, supposedly there were more than 260 plants spread throughout 3 different rooms.
What an unlucky day for the people working in there or who owned that
Well,
operation.
might have been lucky for the guy that crashed into there. Could have been into 420. Some of the growers involved had medical marijuana licenses, but the collection was so large
Yeah?
that it's considered commercial,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is not really allowed. The police are investigating, so no charges have been filed as of yet. And thankfully, nobody was injured in the crash.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I hope they're not going to get into any bad legal damage either if they're, growing that stuff for medicinal purposes. And
260 plants.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
And then maybe with that many plants, you got to wonder where it was going to, or is all of it going to help people with medical purposes?
That sounds like it's
Gotta
a
wonder.
job for Linda L. Salisbury to investigate.
Right.
The plant lady. A Florida
Yeah.
woman is facing a felony charge for grand theft auto after she jumped into the front seat of a fire engine and tried to steal the damn thing. Kalani
Wow.
Joe Kroll claimed she'd been drinking the elixir of life, as in a magic potion that makes you completely immortal.
She'd been drinking the fire water, so she wanted to steal a fire engine.
She'd been drinking, I don't know what she'd been drinking, but she decided that whatever she'd been drinking,
It made her very brave.
it made her brave, and she got in the front seat of a fire engine and tried to steal the damn thing.
I wonder if she was wearing a hat too, like our lovely Linda, the plant lady, was wearing, with that hard kind of construction.
Couldn't tell you.
Or like a firefighter might wear,
Couldn't tell you.
the hard firefighter hat.
Maybe she bought one of those from the dollar store, one of those
Maybe.
plastic ones, and plopped it on her head. Earlier this month, a 37-year-old guy named Matt Williamson, he got arrested for breaking into a car in Pleasant Grove, Alabama, right near Birmingham. Now, as he was released on bond the same day, then less than 2 hours later, he broke into another car and stole that one.
Wow.
But they didn't catch him right away. 5 days later, he broke into the concession stand at the big athletic complex and took a bunch of snacks. That was last Wednesday.
Yeah, at those complexes, the snacks can be pretty good. They
Then
do look right.
Then the next morning, police found him passed out on a pile of candy, chips, chicken fingers,
You don't say.
and methamphetamine.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe that's why he passed out,
Yeah.
because of the meth.
It certainly
Anyway,
wasn't because of the candy, I'm
no.
sure.
He admitted to everything, and they took him straight to jail, and he's facing multiple charges.
All right.
Yeah. An 11-year-old kid in Ohio recently went to a haunted house near Cleveland with his mom last weekend. Now, one of the actors accidentally stabbed him in the foot.
Yeah, I heard about this.
But thankfully, it wasn't serious. The kid and his mom were going through the haunted house when a 22-year-old actor tried to scare them by scraping a real Bowie knife across the ground. Then he started stabbing the knife into the ground near the kid's feet, and unfortunately, he got a little too close. And he ended up stabbing the knife through the kid's Crocs.
That's just crazy,
and
man.
he cut his toe.
It cut the kid's toe in
Yeah.
a fun house.
But it only nicked him, and they bandaged him up. And here's how much this kid loves Halloween. He insisted on finishing
He wanted to complete it.
the haunted house.
Brave kid.
The actor admitted using a real knife was
Wow.
a bad idea, but police determined that it was only an accident, and the kid's mom did not want to press any charges, which I think is great.
I mean, I don't know. If I were a mom, I might.
Mhm.
I mean, who's running this fun house, and why should anybody working there be allowed to have a weapon like a knife?
Don't know. Me personally, if that was my kid, I wouldn't have pressed charges. That's just me.
I might have.
I'm one person.
I might have. That's kind of insane.
It is. It is. At an out of work model in Utah by the name of Megan Randolph claims a scammer convinced her to shave her own head and her eyebrows as well.
A
Yes.
scammer convincing
A scammer
her.
convinced her. She got a text message from somebody claiming to be with the hair care product Redken, Redken. And they offered to pay her several $100s to film herself doing an at-home haircut. The more hair she cut off, the more they would pay.
Wow.
So
Oh, she fell for this.
whoever sent the text knew her name and apparently knew that she was a model. But it seemed very suspicious. So she and her husband looked into it at first. She says they Googled the number and found something that said it was associated with Redken. And when they called it, they got a voicemail and it seemed legitimate. Plus, Redken has done some videos on at-home hair care during the pandemic. So they decided it was a weird but legit offer to make some money on the
It
side.
seems, I guess, and with a name like Redken is well known, it could seem plausible.
Right? And if she completely buzzed her head and eyebrows, they said they'd pay her several $1,000s.
Did she do the eyebrows too, Evan?
Yep, she went for it.
Oh,
she
my
filmed the
gosh.
whole thing, and once it was done, she tried to reach back out to the same number.
And they were gone?
It was
Yeah,
disconnected.
gone. Oh.
Disconnected.
Gone with the wind.
And that's when she realized it was a total scam. She says she's speaking out to make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else. But how could
she
you be...
lost her hair and her eyebrows in the process. With this one, she didn't lose any money.
Well, she lost her dignity too.
Can eyebrows grow back?
I don't know. Why don't you try shaving? You can see. I don't know.
I don't know if
They
they
can.
can.
Yeah, they
I don't
can.
know if they do grow back.
They
though.
do. They
Yeah?
have to, because I get my eyebrows trimmed when I go get my hair cut
Oh, do you?
all the time. Why do you think women, they tweeze their eyebrows and then they grow back? They're always tweezing. See, once you cut them, it activates something underneath your skin. Anyway, a woman who has reported seeing Missouri Bigfoots said that one pulled her braid while she was sleeping on a wooden swing. The woman did not see the Bigfoot that pulled her braid. Her braid was draped between the slats while she set her back to the fence behind her. After almost having her neck broken by the tug of her hair, she immediately ran into the house without looking back.
Are people out there? Where was this? Are they dressing up like Bigfoot or something?
This was in Missouri.
In Missouri, and she
Yeah.
claims that a Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot, yes.
Did she like fall asleep and maybe dream there was a Bigfoot?
I bet
Or-
you 10 to 1 that's what happened, or she was on meth or something.
Right. Oh,
She could have
man.
been on something.
I'm sure you could see.
Did you find out about the eyebrows, by the way?
Most of the time, you're right, Evan. Most of the time, they say they do grow back,
Mhm.
but how fast they grow will depend on your age and overall health.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we used to, when we were little girls, we used to read it in a children's book to do or something,
Mhm.
where they say you can pluck an eyebrow, put the eyebrow in the palm of your hand, and close your eyes and make a wish, and then blow the eyebrow out of your hand, and they said your wish would come true.
Really?
So because of that, we as little girls were constantly plucking out our eyebrows.
I wonder if I tried that right here. Wait a minute. Let me try something.
No,
here.
don't.
Hold on.
Well, your eyebrows are pretty thick.
Hold on. Let me.
You
see if
got
I
a
can
lot
get
of
one.
eyebrow to pluck.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get one here.
Oh,
No. Let me
that's
try.
got to hurt.
Nah, I'm good.
But you have, you got good thick ones going
Yeah, I
there,
do.
Evan. Some healthy ones.
Okay, I got one right here. I got 2 of them.
All right.
Okay.
So you're going to try to do the
Okay,
make a
so
wish
here,
thing.
here it is. Right there. There they are.
You got to close your
There's-
eyes.
All right, wait a minute. Okay, I lost one of them.
Make
All right.
the wish.
So there. Did you see the right there?
Oh yeah,
See
I
it?
see it. I
Okay.
can see it from here.
All right. So I'm gonna make a wish, and let me see what I'm gonna wish for. Closing my eyes, and okay, made my wish. Now what do I do next?
Keep your eyes closed as you're making your wish.
Okay.
And blow the eyebrow.
I'm gonna go that way
from the
so it
palm of
doesn't
your
go
hand.
over to you, so you
Okay.
don't get any cooties.
That's very nice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now where'd the hair go?
I don't know.
No
but,
idea.
But perhaps your wish will come true, or
I
that
hope
was
so.
just like a
All right.
book, something we saw in the book when we were
Right.
kids.
And people can, if you're listening and you're wondering, yeah, he didn't really do that.
You
well,
did.
go on our Facebook page and go on our YouTube channel. It's documented on video, so you
done.
can see it. It's been done.
No damage
No
done, though,
damage done.
because Evan has a healthy set of
Ooh,
eyebrows.
Boy, do I have a healthy set.
You could donate some of those to
I
people
know,
who
right?
need them.
7:45 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town on precious metals. It's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A community-led council in Stewart wants to build at least 40 units of affordable housing units on city property, an effort that could gain traction within the next year. The Housing Solutions Council and the City Commission agreed Monday to negotiate a lease that would allow the council to build multifamily units on an undeveloped 2-acre property on US 1 north of the Roosevelt Bridge. They have 1 year to reach a deal, or the city would put the property on the market, according to records. The council wants the proposed 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units to be attainable to Martin County's workforce in the low to moderate household income range, according to an August 24 letter sent to the city. In Port St. Lucie, the county wants to sue the city of Port St. Lucie over a new policy for alternative transportation improvements to keep up with booming growth in Florida's 7th most populous city. County officials argue that the city illegally adopted the new law, which would require would-be developers pay a fee to lessen transportation impacts without its permission and without public input. Even though the 2 local governments are in the process of reaching an agreement, the county commission last week gave the go-ahead for filing a lawsuit. It would be one possible the city would be collecting money to lessen the impacts, but would release those fees to the county once it's been determined what those funds will be used for. The other dilemma, according to Tipton, is that Port St. Lucie did not open a public hearing for community input before the law was approved. To ease those concerns, Blackburn said the city would reopen a public hearing Monday, one day before the law is to go into effect. The Broward County School District is getting more than $420,000 to replace state cuts over its decision to maintain its mask mandate. School Board Chair Dr. Rosalind Osgood says none of this would be necessary if Governor Ron DeSantis let them make their own decisions.
Really wish the governor would just give us a chance, allow us to do this our way.
The governor is targeting the situation at the southwest border. DeSantis is issuing an executive order barring state agencies from helping federal authorities move migrants into Florida. Those looking for a missing Orange County woman appear to be focused on Seminole County. Friends and relatives of 19-year-old Mia Marcano gathered yesterday. They searched woods near Longwood, where a man who was a person of interest in her disappearance was found dead of an apparent suicide the day before. With time running out before higher premiums kick in for flood insurance, a Florida senator is pushing for action.
Marco Rubio and 3 other Republican senators have introduced the National Flood Insurance Program Risk Rating 2.0 Delay Act. It would force FEMA to pause by a year the rollout of what it calls more equitable and risk-informed rates, which are set to go into effect on new policies on Friday and in April for existing policies. While FEMA touts more than 1 million policyholders will see new, Rubio says that means nearly 80% will see rate hikes. Eric Rodriguez, Miami.
Well, lastly, the Jeopardy Shuffle continues. Mayim Bialik will serve as guest host of the syndicated TV program when production resumes this week. Jeopardy producer Sony Pictures Television said Monday that the Big Bang Theory actor will temporarily fill in as MC of the hit quiz show for 3 weeks after executive producer Mike Richards recently stepped down as newly appointed host. After attempting to trade linebacker Jamie Collins, the Detroit Lions announced Tuesday that he has been released. Collins, a 9-year veteran, stopped reporting to practice ahead of Week 3 as the Lions explored options for his future. Coach Dan Campbell said last week that he met with Collins to communicate the team's plans to seek a trade, but the Lions ultimately couldn't reach a deal for him. Our news time is 7:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:50 right now in the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And we are looking at one accident right now. This is northbound on the Turnpike in Palm City. Accident is at mile marker 133 northbound, and there's not any backup from the accident. Other areas, it's looking like a smooth ride. If you see something, say something. Give us a call at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Partly cloudy, 72 this morning in Stewart, and in Kilkenny, Ireland, it's 51. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning. Temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s, mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a weak front brushes by, and that could bring us a few fast-moving showers. Highs in the upper 80s and a bit breezy.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email. WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Ah, sugar. Ah, honey, honey. Every wedding, right?
Everyone.
We gotta play 4 more of these songs before we get to the club bangers. Gotta do it, right?
Gotta do it.
This ends when the old people go to bed. And then we can stop playing this crap and we can dance to some gangster rap.
That's a Holderness Family with a parody of the Archies. Man, that was from way back there, Bonnie.
Yeah.
The Archies.
That's like a oldie from the 1960s.
Oldie but a goodie.
It sure is.
Oldie but a goodie, but yet still very popular at weddings. I wonder what the 10 most popular. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. What the 10 most popular all-time wedding songs played are. I can think of a couple right off my head, like Old Time Rock and Roll.
Oh, that one.
That's always played at almost every wedding.
Yeah, that one is still popular.
Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
Uh-huh.
That's another one of those songs. Those are, we call those like in our business, we call those hook songs. You could like cast the line and put the bait on it and reel them in, and it'll just bring them to the dance floor.
You know they're going to get up and dance to it, don't you?
There's Animal House, Shout. That's another one that gets people up. Let me see. Dion and the Belmonts, Run Around Sue.
That one still does?
Yeah, that one still does.
Oldie like that?
Yeah.
You can tell I haven't been to a wedding in a while.
No.
So
In the Mood by the Glenn Miller Band. That's another one. That's a swing tune.
Wow.
You remember that one? That's the one that went. Is
that what that one's called?
In the Mood by the Glenn Miller Band. Yeah, that's another one.
Yep.
Then of course you have your standards like the Macarena, the Electric Slide, the Cha-Cha Slide, the Cupid Shuffle, the Wobble. You know, all that crap, all those hook songs.
The Macarena would definitely get me up to dance.
Yeah,
because we used to do that back in the day. And I can see why that one would get everybody on the dance floor. That was fun, too.
For shizzle, without a doubt. Hey, we're going to step back for a moment. Let you know that we're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. And then Martin County Administrator Taryn Krisdick going to be with us. We'll be right back.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go Show. 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It is Wednesday, September 29th, 2021.
What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, I've got to say for myself that, I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet.
You're not really much of a morning person.
Yes, I am.
Here we go. Hold your ears, folks.
That's right. Hold your ears, folks, because we are off and running. Time now is officially 8:08. Mr. Clock, certify, please.
It's now 8:08 a.m.
8:08 a.m. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and residents of Martin County, it gives us great privilege and honor to have on the Martin County Administrator. Taryn Krista is joining us right now on our line. Good morning,
Good
Taryn.
morning.
How are you?
How are you all doing?
We are fantastic.
And how about
Good,
yourself,
good.
Taryn? Doing excellent here. You
Yep.
as well?
We're doing very well. Thank you for asking. Yep, we had a meeting yesterday, which the board had their regular business, which they were able to pretty much do everything that was on the agenda till about noon. And then we came back in the evening for our budget hearing. So we got our budget passed, which is good news because starting Friday will be the beginning of our new fiscal year. So departments now, their budgets were secure pretty much for the most part, and the new positions that they were asking for, most of them were conversion of contracted services. So that's always a good thing and brings some stability to the workforce and just rocking and rolling. So we're looking forward to another fiscal year and doing great things here in Martin County.
Wish you could go do the budget for our federal government because there might be a shutdown.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
for
We could
sure.
avoid it. Well, thankfully, we didn't have trillions of dollars of increases. You know, we did have some minor increases, but some of them were not able to be avoided. So, so we're looking forward to that. And here, October is just a few days away. You can kind of feel a little bit difference. At least I could in the mornings in the air. So our fertilizer ordinance expires as of the end of September. So for those folks that have been waiting, you know, to get out there and fertilize their lawns, they can do that here in Martin County beginning Friday. So you've got a weekend to do those kinds of things. But October is always a great month for us. Not only does it start our fiscal year, but I know on Monday we roll out our new recycling bins. I know, Evan, you had asked the question about
Yes, and I got your email.
Yes. So I sent you an email about it that yes, you can get those additional carts, but you have to buy them. So you can have as many carts as you feel you need to here in Martin County for that recycled material, but that starts on Monday.
So you can get more than one additional cart, Taryn?
Yes, you can, but you have to pay for it. It's $75 for the cart, and then I think it was $25 for delivery, or you can pick them up if you don't want to pay that delivery fee. So you would be able to get them.
To some, it might be worth it because, man, just the recyclables we go through over where I live, man, our recycle bin gets filled like in a matter of 2 or 3 days. I swear.
Yeah. Well, these are pretty large, you know. So it's gonna be interesting for me as we go forward. In fact, now I'm reminding myself I put my old one in the garage. I got it because yesterday was our day. I need to swap it out so we don't fill the wrong one.
Yeah, and that plastic too. You know what bothers me is plastic. And I hate it when I'm, at a place or maybe at a place where I work even where we're really not recycling and I have to throw like those plastic cups in the garbage. That actually irks me. So I bring them home just to throw in my recycle bin.
Yeah, everybody has it's very interesting. My kids that live in Gainesville, there's not a big recycling program up there, and it drives me nuts. I'm always pulling stuff out of the trash and putting it in the recycle bin. But it's just a matter of habit, I think, just like anything else.
You were right about the idea that we just got cooler this week. I mentioned to Evan a couple of mornings ago how, much cooler it felt.
It was
in
like
the
that
morning.
this morning, too, when I got up.
Yeah, and they said on the news this morning, if they're accurate, of course, I know sometimes it's just a estimate on what they believe is going to happen, but they said it's going to get a little bit cooler as the week progresses. So we'll see how how we are by the weekend.
And I had no idea there was an ordinance actually for people running the lawn sprinklers in their yard throughout the summer.
That may be where you are, but we have not implemented anything like that.
Okay, I just thought maybe you had it here as well.
No, we have not. We have not had to do that. You know, we were asked by the Water Management District to adopt an ordinance that was a little bit more restrictive than what we currently have, and we've been going back and forth on that. But we have not here in Martin County. We have not taken any affirmative action to do that. But I do know that other places have. So that's probably either St. Lucie County has or the city of Port St. Lucie has.
I don't think we have any. We don't have any ordinances where I live out west in St. Lucie County, up by Becker and 95. Well, I mean, I've had the same watering schedule for 13 years.
Wow.
I mean, it's like Tuesday. It's like I think I water three days a week.
Oh man.
And I do it overnight.
Yeah.
And I have like 7 zones.
Well, and it's like anything else. You know, it's enforcement. So, you know, even if there is this blanket, you can only water 2 times a week. Having someone, you know, actually enforce that is problematic. But
we've been blessed by a lot of rain, though, here in the last month or so. It's like been raining really good.
Yeah.
Everything's pretty green.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having that position to have to drive around St. Lucie County to enforce people watering on the proper days? Oh my gosh, that I would shoot myself after like 10 minutes.
Well, if we're in a true drought, it's very obvious who's not adhering to the rules.
Right.
They're the ones with the green lawn. So,
right.
You know.
But it's just like, I guess if you have to ride around too, maybe, and, you know, tell people to get maybe this piece of junk out of their yard after it's been happening for a while, or get rid of that eyesore of a vehicle.
Yeah, code enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be Evan's right. It would be a hard job.
I know there's certain things. Do you guys have in Martin County, just out of curiosity, a rule to where a vehicle that does not have a license tag on it cannot be parked in public eye view? Is there a ordinance or anything about that? Do you know of?
We have. I'm not sure if it's an ordinance or if it's not state law. I know we had a place where individuals were calling us on a regular basis, very concerned that there were cars, and we got with the sheriff to enforce having those vehicles removed.
Right.
So I think it's a state law that that prevents that. But there is something that, you know, if you don't have a license plate, then the theory, I'm assuming, is that if you don't have a license plate, then the car's not insured.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm going to see Brian Basio here after I get off the air. Actually, I'm meeting him for some. So I'm going to actually. That's a great question. I'm going to ask him that if it is a state statute or something like that.
Yeah, they will know. But there's something else that's coming up that I
talk to me.
Now I don't know, Evan. I know you had a birthday last year, and I wasn't sure which one was that. 61, 60, 61?
61. Yes, 61. You remembered. It was on St. Patrick's Day. Yes.
Yes. So coming up here, October 23rd through the 31st are the senior games. So anyone 50 and over can come and sign up to play either table tennis, pickleball, tennis, basketball.
Do I have to be a resident of Martin County?
No, you do not.
All right, sign me up. I'm going to play table tennis. I want to play ping pong.
They have track and field, cycling, and bowling.
I'm
also,
not running.
You can go on our website.
Okay.
And you can sign up.
Okay.
And if there's something that you think you are good enough at that you want to participate, I would recommend you do it.
All right, give me the website. What's the website?
www.martin.fl.us/senior games.
FL.us.
Do they have volleyball, Taryn?
Senior games.
All right, I'm there.
I don't know if that would fall under track and field, Bonnie. Good question. I'm clicking on it now to see if, it doesn't get into that level of detail.
All right, I found it. 2021 Senior Games registration. I'm all in.
Yeah.
$20 a person. I'm all in. For $20, I can afford $20. I'm all in.
Well, I think you'll have a good time.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Oh, look at the picture of everybody here. I think this must have been during the last senior games.
Yes,
there was
it
like
was.
a lot.
Do you realize, Taryn, that my kids are going to bust my chops for doing this. Like, you have no idea.
Well, mine was too. I was looking at it saying, okay, what could I sign up for, And it's all in good sport. I mean, as you know, and when you look at the pictures, they're all smiling, they're all excited, and I think it just brings together a great activity for our seniors.
Oh, look, they have bowling.
Yeah,
bowling would be good.
All right, so here's a good one. I'm laughing because they put the age range for table tennis.
Oh yeah,
Taryn, it's 50 to 150 years old. If a 150-year-old person walks in there with a paddle, I'm sitting down. You've won. Game over. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Wow.
I'm sure they didn't want to leave anybody out.
No.
You can't leave any. I mean, a 90 or 92-year-old might walk in. Who knows?
I think that's great.
Be a good player at the pickleball. If they got pickleball, they ought to have volleyball.
Okay, so that's on a Monday. I'm all right. It's from 9 to 1, so I get off the air. I get out of here at 10. So yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in. Definitely.
That'll be exciting. I'll be anxious to see what you think.
I'm excited. I'm going to participate. What else is there? There's tennis. Okay, I can play tennis.
Swimming. You like to swim, don't you? A little bit.
Golf.
I don't think you have to do everything.
Well, I'm just going to do table tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do table tennis. I got to create an account, so I got to do all that good stuff.
Track and field. I think you should get into that.
No, I'm not running. No. No, I haven't lost all my weight yet.
Look at the picture of this lady here. She's like Wonder Woman. You might be
Is she
running.
real? Oh my gosh.
She looks like a competitor.
Forget that. No way.
Some of those folks are in pretty good shape. So you'll have, but table tennis, you should be okay.
Yeah, table tennis, I should be fine. I think I could deal with that.
And that looks fun. Actually, a little bit of ping pong. That looks like a lot of fun.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
So what else is going on that we should know about?
Well, and for those folks that like to visit our main library over here at the Blake Library, we have begun some renovations. So there's a lot of activity out there this morning. They're redoing the courtyard, and we're going to there was a big open space. So if you can kind of envision that the building kind of went in a U shape, and in the middle of that U was a big open space. We're renovating that so that we can get a little bit more functionality out of that space. So we're going to turn it into a family-friendly environment. We're going to put some landscaping, some pavers, some furniture, pergolas, and kind of enclose it, but not have it completely enclosed. So we're just going to make it where you'll still be able to have outdoor seating, but we're going to relocate that, but we'll still have that available. And so that activity is going on, and it's exciting to see that they're opening up this opportunity to make use of space that currently is not being used other than just sit outside. And aside from that, we have another board meeting coming up here next week on October 5th. So we've got our meetings are a little bit back to back, but that's because we look at our calendars, and when we start having the holidays and we start having these conflicts of the holidays, particularly, we have to have some of those meetings that are back to back. So we have on our horizon, and just looking forward to doing wonderful things here in Martin County.
All right, very good. Very good. That's Taryn Christus. She is the Martin County Administrator for Martin County, and she joins us each and every week on the program. Taryn, thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining us,
as always. Day.
And make sure and come by and watch me play some table tennis.
Okay.
Please do.
I will stop by.
I'm going to do this. I definitely will. I'm glad you told me. I'm excited.
Good for you.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon. Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up $1,739.80 an ounce. Silver opening up $22.22 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:22 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Bonnie's standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Martin County Sheriff's deputies and fire rescue workers responded to a report of a plane down in a field Tuesday afternoon. Martin County Fire Rescue responded to the scene around 2:45 p.m. and found one person, the pilot, injured, said Bureau Chief Kevin Parks. No one else was on board. The plane went down off Southeast Bridge Road near South Florida Grassing Incorporated. Emergency responders airlifted the patient via helicopter to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. Parks said he did not know the extent of the injuries, but to warrant a flight, they had to be of some significance. The sheriff's office said the National Transportation Safety Board was notified and is investigating. No other information was available Tuesday evening. A staff shortage across school campuses on the Treasure Coast has school district leaders scrambling. WPTV's Derek Lowe was on hand at a meeting last night and has the report.
Here in Martin County, the shortage actually goes beyond just substitute teachers. Fill-in bus drivers, food service workers, and even paraprofessionals are also needed.
I would say that maybe we lost 100 about, and I think there are a lot of people contemplating coming back at all.
At school campuses across the Treasure Coast,
our teachers are working very hard. They are burning out.
A shortage of staff has district leaders scrambling.
The first couple of weeks of school, our entire instructional services department was out covering classrooms.
In Martin County, substitute teachers are in need of substitute teachers.
We have hundreds of substitute teachers on our roster, but because of the pandemic and different situations that are taking place on campuses, many of our substitutes don't want to come to school yet.
And in Indian River, a similar scenario. A shortage of staff forced temporary school closures after some teachers were exposed to COVID-19.
We do have a system in place in our district now where it is identified as a direct contact. As long as they're asymptomatic, they may continue working.
The shortage is not limited to teaching, though. Substitute bus drivers and food service workers are also in demand.
I think a lot of teachers have retired early, or not retired but left the profession. And I feel bad for these new teachers because this is not normal.
District leaders say it's created opportunities to make a positive impact on children's lives.
And right now in Martin, we're starting at $95. So it may be the time to up the per diem pay for substitute district.
And here in Martin County, district leaders say that they've even gone as far as direct messaging as students' families about these open positions. Live in Martin County tonight, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And those looking for a missing Orange County woman appear to be focused on Seminole County. Friends and relatives of 19-year-old Mia Marcano gathered yesterday. They searched woods near Longwood, where a man who was a person of interest in her disappearance was found dead of an apparent suicide the day before. With time running out before higher premiums kick in for flood insurance, a Florida senator is pushing for action.
Marco Rubio and 3 other Republican senators have introduced the National Flood Insurance Program Risk Rating 2.0 Delay Act. It would force FEMA to pause by a year the rollout of what it calls more equitable and risk-informed rates, which are set to go into effect on new policies on Friday and in April for existing policies. While FEMA touts more than 1 million policyholders will see premiums drop when they renew, Rubio says that means nearly 80% will see rate hikes. Erica Rodriguez, Miami.
Minimum wage workers in Florida will get a voter-approved pay boost this week, while about 24 new laws a regulatory framework for electronic cigarettes. After just over 60% of voters approved a constitutional amendment in November, the state's minimum wage will go from $8.65 an hour, about $18,000 a year for a full-time worker, to $10 on Thursday, with the rate for tipped workers moving up from $5.63 an hour to $6.98 an hour. Lastly, today is National Coffee Day, so get your coffee fix. There are certain places you can head to get the free coffee or the discounts, including your 7-Eleven, your Dunkin', Love's Travel Center, we mentioned earlier. Today, customers can purchase any sized coffee for $1, and those proceeds are going to a Children's Miracle Network hospital. You can also go to places like Wawa, Starbucks, Panera, McDonald's, and go there, maybe get a free or discounted morning coffee. Noah Syndergaard started on Tuesday night for the New York Mets, returning to a major league mound for the first time in 2 years and completing his delayed comeback from Tommy John surgery. The right-hander topped out at 96 miles per hour. He struck out his first 2 batters in a perfect inning against Miami, throwing 9 of 10 pitches for strikes. Syndergaard was reinstated from the 60-day injured list to start the second game of a single-admission doubleheader at Citi Field. Our news time is 8:28, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And we do have an accident. This is on the Turnpike northbound in Palm City, marker 133, and there's not any roadblock from that accident. Other areas, it's looking like a good Wednesday morning ride, and there's your latest look at traffic. We have 72. It's partly cloudy in Stuart, and it's also 72 in Port St. Lucie this morning. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning on tap. Temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s, clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s, mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a weak front brushes by, and that could bring us a few fast-moving showers. Highs in the upper 80s and a bit breezy.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have For the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bud.
$8:32 is the time. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think this is more appropriate. Let's bring on Randy Siegel with the Space Report. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, sir. We
Yes.
talk about Star Wars. What do you think about space?
Yes, this will energize you a little bit.
Absolutely. And it was on this date in history in 1977 that the then Soviet Union put into orbit a new space station. It was the second generation space station and the launch of the Salyut 6, which hosted many cosmonauts. We also had in 1988, NASA's launching of STS-26. This was the return to flight mission, having lost Challenger earlier in 1986. It was the first flight, and it was the first flight of a shuttle to carry all veteran crew members since the Apollo 11 was launched. 2001 saw the first launch of a satellite from Kodiak Island in Alaska. The Athena 1 rocket placed into orbit 3 smaller satellites. And in 2009, the Messenger spacecraft had its third flyby of the planet Mercury, coming within 142 miles of its surface. Yesterday saw the successful movement of a space capsule from one docking port to another. The spacecraft included Oleg Novitsky, who was the Soyuz commander, Pyotr Dubrov from Russia, as well as NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei. They undocked from one module and redocked for the first time to the newly installed Nokia module on the space station. The relocation frees up the Rosvet docking port for the October 5th arrival of another Soyuz spacecraft, Soyuz MS-19, which will carry Commander as well as 2 spaceflight participants to do a movie in space, Klim Shipenko, who is the director, and Yulia Prasad. Vande Hei and Dubrov are expected to remain on board the station until March of next year. At that time, Vande Hei will have set a record, longest single space flight of an American. Meanwhile, Novitsky will return to Earth with Shipenko and Prasad in October, having spent 12 days in space. The spacecrafts continue to have no problems, and the Russians are quite happy to see that happen, where they would have absolutely nothing wrong with the flight when they move from one docking collar to another. You may recall they did have a lot of problems with the Nokia, getting it docked to the station, as well as getting it up and running in fashion. Upcoming, we have several interesting launches and undockings. We will have the undocking in the morning at 8:45 of the Dragon spacecraft, which will then land close to Florida in about 3 hours after it is undocked, bringing back valuable science equipment. Monday the 4th will have a change of command ceremony on board the station from an American astronaut to a European astronaut. And then on October the 5th. So a lot going on. Next year we'll also see the launching on September 21st of the first female cosmonaut in a long time for Russia. Anna Karkina will launch to the space station where she will spend about 188 days on board. DeSantis announced details on Orbital. That company will invest $300 million in Florida to construct the world's largest state-of-the-art commercial spacecraft facility. It'll be located right near Cape Canaveral and will provide for more jobs and more space-centered activity. This only bodes well as other companies are considering Florida to be next to the launch site that would launch their satellites. You may recall during the shuttle era that Astrovan, that when the astronauts walked out from the operation and checkout facility, they walked around and into that van, and then that van, their launch site. Well, NASA has put out a call for potential partners to build the next generation Astromobile, one that the Orion astronauts will use to go to the launch pad for their Artemis launch flight. The original Astrovan is now retired, and now they want a new one. The National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation has appointed former astronaut Chris Cassidy as president and CEO. You may recall that Cassidy has a long history with NASA and is a decorated combat veteran from the U.S. Naval Academy. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan, received the Bronze Star for Combat V, and a second Bronze Star for Combat Leadership Service in Afghanistan. Now, he will have a distinct honor as he continues to build the National Medal of Honor Museum and Medal of Honor in Arlington, Texas. China has finally admitted that the second satellite they launched yesterday has failed in orbit. It appears that their intelligence satellite, which was testing some new equipment, was a failure, even though the rocket did supposed to. The satellite, as they switched on the various systems, failed, and we have no reason to be able to recover it. So, as a result, another piece of space junk will be flying around. Well, Captain Kirk is getting ready to fly into space. There's a very good possibility, and it hasn't been officially announced yet, that on October 12th, when Blue Origin launches its next flight into space, that among the crew will be William Shatner, at age 90, who will become the oldest person to ever fly in space. Former NASA employee and co-founder of Planet Labs, Dr. Chris Boshoven, and businessman and co-founder of Metadata Solutions, Glenn DeVeris, will be 2 of the others who will fly. There's been no announcement on the names of the other crew members who will fly on this particular mission. So we'll be watching it and keeping an eye on exactly who actually flies. Also, Space Adventures is in talks with an individual who wants to fly on a Soyuz spacecraft. They sell seats, about 250,000 plus. You could potentially fly as well. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about problems SpaceX is having with with Starship, and Starliner also having problems. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time, giving you the latest and greatest, all things pertaining to outer space. 8:42 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. All brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metal, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thank you, Evan. A Brevard jury has convicted a Hobe Sound man of attempted murder, Brevard state attorney officials said. During Lawrence Tyrone Jones' 4-day trial last week, Mark Campbell and Ann Perrin, assistant state attorneys for the 18th Judicial Court, presented evidence related to the 2017 attack on Jones' ex-girlfriend. After reviewing the evidence, the jury deliberated for just over 90 minutes Friday and returned with a guilty verdict on a charge of attempted first-degree premeditated murder. Court Judge Lisa Davidson remanded Jones, age 52, to the custody of Brevard County Jail until his sentencing, which is set for November 24. He faces a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. A community-led council wants to build at least 40 units in Stewart of affordable housing units on city property, an effort that could gain traction within the next year. The Housing Solutions Council and the City Commission agreed Monday to negotiate a lease that would allow the council to build multifamily units on an undeveloped 2-acre property on US 1 north of the Roosevelt Bridge. They have 1 year to reach a deal, or the city will put the property on the market, according to records. The council wants the proposed 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units to be attainable to Martin County's workforce in the low to moderate household income range, according to an August 24 letter sent to the city. Right now, it's as if Mia Marcano has disappeared into thin air, but the Orange County Sheriff said he suspects foul play in her disappearance.
Right now, it appears as if Mia Marcano has disappeared into thin air, but authorities feel that foul play is involved in her disappearance.
We are still doing everything possible we can to find her.
Orange County deputies dressed in orange shirts search wooded areas and sandlots for 19-year-old Mia Marcano. Sheriff John Mina says information will be the key to finding Mia.
No bit of information is too small or too insignificant. If someone, knows of something, saw something, recognizes her face, we'll take that information.
There's also a search happening inside the complex where the 27-year-old Armando Caballero was found dead Monday of an apparent suicide. People who received flyers of Mia say they recognize Caballero, who worked maintenance for the complex.
You don't got to know her personally, just say her name. She can probably hear you.
In June, authorities say Caballero started working at the Arden Villas. While working at the complex, he met Mia Marcano. Investigators believe Caballero went into Marcano's place Friday. Loved ones say there were signs of a struggle and blood was found on Mia's pillow.
Like a nosebleed, almost like a head on a pillow with a nosebleed.
Westma said dozens of family members have been in Central Florida since the weekend. She said at the time, he wasn't known as a suspect.
He said, "Are you looking for Mia?" I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm the maintenance guy. I heard you're looking for me."
And once again, Caballero was found Monday dead of an apparent suicide. As far as the Marcano family, they said they're not sure if they're going to be out searching on Wednesday unless some new leads come in. In West Palm Beach, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
An attorney for the family of the late Gabby Petito wants her missing fiancé to turn himself in. Richard Stafford added Brian Laundrie's family didn't help them find Petito, and they won't help them find him. And TV personality Dog the Bounty Hunter is echoing calls for Laundrie to turn himself in. Speaking on Fox News, Duane Dog Chapman said he has been flooded with more than 1,000 tips involving the homicide of Gabby Petito.
I wish he would turn himself in because it would look a lot better on the Wyoming jury whether to decide the death penalty or not.
Dog the Bounty Hunter has set up a special tip line at 833-TELL-DOG. With time running out before higher premiums kick in for flood insurance, a Florida senator is pushing for action.
Rubio and 3 other Republican senators have introduced the National Flood Insurance Program Risk Rating 2.0 Delay Act. It would force FEMA to pause by a year the rollout of what it calls more equitable and risk-informed rates, which are set to go into effect on new policies on Friday and in April for existing policies. While FEMA touts more than 1 million policyholders will see premiums drop when they renew, Rubio says that means nearly 80% will see rate hikes. Erica Rodriguez, Miami.
And lastly, this happened a while ago, but it's just going viral now. Some guy booked a hotel room in Melbourne, Australia for work and knew he'd be bored. So he added a note to his reservation after if they could hide an apple in his room. He said it would help him de-stress and give him something fun to do. So they went the extra mile and hid 5 apples in his room. He didn't find the last one until the next day. It was inside a coffee pot on top of his mini fridge. I think if I were that guy, the next time I would go back, I'd ask them to hide maybe some candy bars, some chips, and some sodas even. LeBron James said he initially felt skepticism regarding the COVID-19 vaccine, but ultimately decided to get it for the well-being of himself, his family, and his team. Lakers president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka said last week that he expected his entire roster to be deemed fully vaccinated by opening night of the regular season in mid-October. Our news time is 8:48, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:50 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we do find one accident. It's in Palm City on the Turnpike. This one is northbound at mile marker 133. Traffic getting through there, though. There's not any roadblock, no tie-ups from that accident. And looking at other areas, including St. Lucie County and north of St. Lucie County, expect a good ride. It's looking good in that area. And there's your latest look at traffic. We have 72, partly cloudy in Palm City, and it's only 36 in Jasper, Alberta, Canada. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a nice, cool morning on tap. Temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a copy and paste forecast. Highs once again in the upper 80s. Less humidity will make it feel tolerable outside. Sunny skies and low rain chances. Tomorrow through Friday, highs in the upper 80s and mainly dry with a few passing showers. Saturday, a